The body's still warm. That's the part nobody warns you about. You reach out to close her eyes, and the skin gives under your fingers like she's only sleeping. But she isn't. And somewhere deep in your chest, older than language, something starts to scream. Run. Get away from it. Now.
You live 30,000 years ago. No towns, no books, no gods with names yet. Just your band. Maybe 40 people huddled around one fire in one valley. And tonight, one of them stopped breathing. Here's what you have to understand. Burying her is the last thing you want to do.
Because you don't think she's gone. Not really. You watched her eat this morning. You heard her voice. And now her chest is still, and her hands are cold. But her face is right there, unchanged, wearing the same expression it always did. The person didn't leave. The person is lying in front of you, and she's wrong somehow, and you don't have a word for what's wrong. So your body
invents one. Fear.
The fire's burning low, and nobody's moving to feed it. Everyone's watching the body. You know, the way animals know, that something is here now that wasn't here an hour ago. A stillness with weight. And the oldest fear you carry, older than the fear of the dark, older than the fear of the big cats outside, is this. What if she gets up? Sounds crazy. It wasn't. Not to you. You've seen the dead move. You've seen a body twitch hours after the breath stopped, a hand curl, gas grown out of a slack mouth like a word. You've seen the belly swell, as if something's growing in there. To you, that's not decay. You don't know what decay is. To you, that's the dead becoming something else.
And whatever it's becoming, it remembers you. That's the terror underneath all of it. This isn't a stranger. She knew where you sleep. She knew your name in the dark. If some piece of her is still in that cold body, still watching from behind those half-shut eyes, then she knows exactly where to come. So you don't run far. You do something stranger. You stay, and you start to plan.
This is where burying begins. Not as a kindness, as a defense. You're not tucking her in to rest. You're putting her down where she can't get back up. Deep in the earth, under weight she can't move. And here's the detail that changes everything. You're going to have to touch her to do it.
Touching the dead is its own kind of horror. Not because of the cold, because you believe whatever's clinging to her can climb onto you. Death spreads. You've watched it. One person sickens, then the one who nursed them, then the one who buried them. You don't know about germs. You just know that the dead reach out. You dig with sticks and flat stones and your own raw fingers. It takes hours. Nobody talks much. And while you dig, you decide how to keep her there. Because a hole isn't enough. What if the earth isn't heavy enough? What if she's stubborn? So you gather stones, big ones. You'll lay them on top of her, over the chest, over the legs, a weight to pin her to the world below yours. By the time the hole's deep enough, it's full dark. The smell has started. That sweet, wrong smell that'll cling to your hands for days, no matter how you scrub them in the river. Your people stand in a loose ring, torches spitting. No one wants to be the one who lifts her. So, you do it. You always do it. And her body's heavier than it has any right to be, like the earth is already pulling her down before you've even started. And this is the part that breaks you, if you let it. Somewhere in the middle of all that fear, you notice you're being gentle. You fold her knees to her chest, the way she slept. You turn her face away from the camp so she won't watch the fire she can't sit at anymore. You're terrified of her. And you love her. both at once in the same shaking hands. Nobody ever told you those two things could live in one body.
So you leave things with her. A necklace of shells, a tool she made, a handful of red ochre, ground and scattered over her skin till it glows like she's still warm.
Maybe it's a gift. Maybe it's a bribe. Please, stay down. We gave you what's yours. You can't tell the difference anymore. Neither could they. That blurry line between honoring the dead and paying them off has been there from the very start.
Then you fill the hole. And this is the strangest feeling yet. Relief and grief pouring in with the dirt, mixed so tight you can't separate them. Each handful is love. Each handful is a lock on a door. You pack the earth down hard. You set the stones. You stand back. And for the first time since her chest went still, you breathe all the way out. But it doesn't end there. For nights after, you don't sleep facing the grave. You take the long way around it. When the wind moves the grass over those stones, your heart slams before your mind can catch up. Someone swears they heard her voice. Someone else won't say her name out loud. Say it, and she might think you're calling. So you stop saying it. The name goes quiet. Then the face starts to blur. And that, somehow, is worse than the dying. The fear does something you'd never expect. It keeps you close. You could have dragged her into the trees and let the animals take her. Plenty of your kind did for 100,000 years before this. Faster, safer, no touching, no digging, no stones. But you didn't. The terror pulled the other way. It made you keep her. Right there, underfoot, part of the ground you walk every day. And keeping her changes you. A grave is a place now, somewhere to return to. You start marking it, a ring of stones, a scratched line on the rock wall. So the others know. So you know. You've made the first map that isn't about food or water. It's about a person. A spot on the earth that means someone was here and mattered and is gone. That's a brand new thought for a creature like you. So the fear was never really about hating the dead. It was about not being able to let them go. You bury her because you're scared she'll come back. And you bury her because you can't stand the thought that she won't. Same hole, same stones. Two reasons your mind can't pry apart. And honestly, it never fully will.
Look around the fire tonight. Everyone's quiet, watching the fresh mound of dark earth just past the light. Nobody says it, but everyone's thinking the same thing. One day, that'll be me. One day, someone's hands will shake over my body. One day, someone will pile stones on my chest and hope I stay down. And for the first time, you understand your own ending. Not as a fact, but as a fear you'll carry the rest of your short, bright life.
If you're the kind of person who wants to know where your oldest instincts come from, the ones that fire before you can think, stick around. This channel digs them up, one buried thing at a time. Subscribe, and let's keep going.
So back to the fire. The stones are set, the name's gone quiet. And out there in the dark, the animals are calling, the same as every night. But something in you has shifted for good. You've learned that love doesn't stop when the breathing does. It just turns into something heavier. Something you have to carry and bury and mark and fear. And here's the thing nobody in your band could ever say out loud. This, the digging, the stones, the shells, the terror, this is the first time any creature on Earth has done this, on purpose. Refused to just walk away. Bent down, dirty and afraid, and said without words, not you. Not you into the trees. You into the ground I chose, marked by the stone I set, in the place I'll come back to. That's not weakness. That's the beginning of everything you'll ever build.
You didn't want to bury her. You were terrified to. And you did it anyway. Carefully, in the dark, with hands that wouldn't stop shaking. That terror is where you begin. Right there, bent over the cold ground, becoming the first thing that ever refused to let its dead just disappear.